You know, if someone were to ask me to name a character in television history or a teen drama history who I see that is a favorite character of mine who had some of the worst character derailment, off top, I can't help but think of Drew Torres from Degrassi. What they did with Drew's character was completely unforgivable. And I just want to know, did the actor who played Drew, did he do something to deserve the treatment that he got in Degrassi? Because I'm really confused on how his character went from uphill to downhill from within a season. That don't even make sense where you write some shit like that. It doesn't make sense. In case y'all confused, today's video is a Drew derailment character rant. I have a problem with the way Drew's character was handled after season 12. And we're finna get the fuck into it. I'm not gonna waste any more fucking time. My problems with Drew's character after season 12 are wrapped around one thing: dating. His character was Allie now. All he did was date, and I use the term fall in love very fluently because I don't really think he fell in love with some of the people he dated. But when they broke Drew and Bianca up, number one, I think that was just a terrible mistake. And I said it because her reasoning to breaking up with Drew doesn't make any sense. For the writers to make it seem like she was with Drew because they were children, not because they were in love, was really stupid. If she felt like going to university will change her mind, or they were moving too fast in their relationship, you communicate that shit. If you feel like going to university, you feel like you were not going to make as much time for him, or being away was going to put distance between your relationship, or getting married so young is a mistake, you communicate that shit. Because I'm pretty sure he would have been like, I understand. But she acted like the nigga was ready to propose to her or say, we need to get married today or tomorrow. When he proposed to Bianca, he wanted to get married in Vegas. But that's not the way neither one of them wanted to do it. They wanted to do it where his family can be there and see him walk down the altar with the woman he loved. So he proposed to her and said when the time is right and when that day come, they will eventually get married in season 12. Then here comes season 13, and now she's coming here and basically saying her friends are the ones who think it's ridiculous that she got an engagement ring on her finger. Why the fuck does she care so much about these bitches she just met? Why is she taking their opinion? Like I just said, she's acting like Drew proposed to her yesterday and is acting like they gotta get married today. No, y'all are getting married down the road eventually when you're ready and he's ready. She making it seem like, oh, we gotta get married tomorrow. Like, this shit is just stupid. Like, how do you just fall out of love with someone who you barely saw once you went to university? That makes no sense. Bianca's reasoning to breaking up with Drew was by far some of the stupid shit I've ever seen. Guess I was heartbroken. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. That was one of the most that breakup is up there, maybe number one breakup in the world that breaks my heart. That scene makes me cry every fucking time. Every time. When I see Bianca slide that finger off and put it in Drew's hand, oh my god, my whole fucking heart broke because they were one of my favorite relationships. I thought they were so cute, and I loved that their relationship was so adult, and she made Drew into a whole different person. And he changed her. He believed in her. She didn't think she was good enough for university. He told her she was good. Fill out some applications. Or when you think you will be able to get into a good high-twenty college, you smart as fuck. Like, they brought out the best in each other. He was honestly his best with Bianca. There was no other bitch who really brought out that side of him. It was just Bianca. My girl. Mother Bianca de Souza. Like, what are we doing? So after they broke up, Drew and Bianca, they literally had this nigga Drew dating any bitch in Degrassi Any bitch. Zoe, line it up. Claire, line it up. Becky, line it. They had these hoes lined up for him just to date. Like, I was so confused. I'm like, whoa, this way, that way, this way, that way. Where the fuck is these relationships coming from? Where the fuck is these storylines coming from? This shit is just happening out of thin fucking air. They had something good going once they. I don't think killing Adamoff was the right decision. Killing Adamoff was stupid. It was like the dumbest shit I've ever seen. I get it. They were trying to show us the consequences of texting and driving. I get it, but it was unnecessary in my opinion. It wasn't needed, but they had Drew taking drugs, right? He was popping pills. So this is what I want to know, and I'm going to get in the camera when I say this. Get in the mic. If you wanted Drew to do drugs, why did it have to involve a 15-year-old girl? Why did it have to involve Zoe? I don't understand. He couldn't have gotten the drugs from a drug dealer. What the fuck is she doing with pills? I mean, I get it. She was getting drugs from Zig and his people. But at the same time, she basically was enabling this nigga Drew and manipulating him, giving him drugs just so he could take her out. I don't get that storyline. That storyline is retarded. I don't even... What is it? I don't even understand. What the hell? Like, what? If you wanted to do something where he was still grieving and having a hard time getting over it, like, grieving about Adam's death, then why didn't you just have him do the drugs? Like, I just don't get it. Like, you could have just had him do the drugs without involving Zoe. It could have been his own fucking storyline, because my biggest problem with Drew's character after season 12 is that I can't think of one storyline from season 13 to 14 that just involved him, just his character alone. It had to be a relationship. He had to be involved with someone else's storyline, and I just didn't like that. Like, why did it always have to be, oh, we're going to put someone else here for him to have a storyline with? I just don't get it. Him running around Degrassi High with a fucking 15-year-old was just stupid in of itself. Not only was he accepting drugs from Zoe, but he was dating this girl. Then had sex with this girl while he was drunk and she was drunk. Slept with her. Tried to break up with her. Used her as a rebound. Tried to break up with her. She tried to call, she told her mama, they called 911, they go to Principal Simpson and say it's statutory rape. What the hell was Drew doing with her to begin with? Why did he even think having a rebound with a 15-year-old was a good idea? I'm trying to wrap my head around on how they made him that stupid to thinking me being with a 15-year-old as a motherfucking senior is smart. I don't think that's smart at all. I just don't get the logic. That was by far the dumbest shit ever. Drew and Zoe were unnecessary. I know they're on there for couples that were toxic. They weren't necessarily toxic. It was just necessarily, it wasn't necessary. If anything, it was gross. It wasn't toxic. It was gross because Drew is a goddamn senior. He's about to be a fucking adult. Zoe still has more life to live in high school. What the fuck was he doing with her to begin with? Come on now, come on. And then, if we're gonna be honest, the only reason why Drew was really with Zoe is because he was trying to make Claire jealous. Because when Bianca broke up with him, Claire kissed him, Claire kissed him. This is the same episode when Eli told Claire that he kissed another girl at his college. So Claire kissed him. So the episodes after that, he was confused on why Claire hasn't said anything to him about the kiss, or why she hasn't, came up to him or anything like that. He was confused, so he really was with Zoe to make Claire jealous for real. And it worked, if anything, because she just cared too much about the relationship. Like, girl, ain't you with Eli? What'd you care so much about this nigga for? Why you care who he fucking? Why you care who he's sticking it to? What you gave a fuck for? Like, I just don't get it. So, that was another one mistake. And then, I'm done talking about him and Zoe. That shit was on call for. Him and Claire didn't date, but I'm not a fan of that whole thing. I wasn't a fan when I watched it the first time. I'm not a fan as many times as I rewatched season 13. I'm not a fan of Drew and Claire. I just, it's disgusting. I just don't get it. They had no chemistry. They had no vibe. She literally just wanted Drew because she wanted to fuck him. He wanted to fuck her. She let the nigga fuck her after she broke up with Eli, and then he dropped her ass because he didn't want to be a rebound. Didn't have the audacity to blame him for basically for using her when she gave her pussy up. Girl, you gave your coochie up to him knowing he's still heartbroken over the relationship with Bianca, and you mad because he dropped you because he didn't want to be your rebound after you broke up with Eli. Girl, get the fuck out of my face. That's what he should have told her. He should have been like, bitch, please get the fuck out of my face. Get the motherfucking stepping. Bitch, move faster. Why the fuck is you still in my motherfucking face? He should have told her, just get out. Like, are you kidding me? You gave your kitty cat up and then get mad at the nigga because he doesn't want to be your rebound? Make it make sense, bitch. You sound da loco. You sound stupid. Dumb as fuck. You just broke up with your nigga for no reason. And her and Eli's issues, I won't say were small, but were very fucking simple. If you don't like doing long distance relationship, tell Eli this shit isn't working for you. Period. But to break up with Eli over text message, bitch, you gotta give him more respect for that. You and this nigga been together on and off. You didn't think to call him up here and tell him we need to talk face to face. I don't want to leave you a text or leave this. Like, come on, she could have given him a little bit more respect than that. She could have told my nigga to come up and say they needed to talk and told him long distance relationship is not working for me. Whatever. But to break up with Eli over voicemail and then to literally hop in bed with another guy and then try to make it seem like Eli is the evil one, bitch, you got a whole nother thing. You are really delusional. Eli had every reason to be upset with Claire because he understood long distance was hard. He understood it. And he told her numerous of times, if it doesn't work, let me know. Communicate that shit with me. And instead of saying shit that was bothering her, she just held that shit in, and fell for another guy because he gave her the googly eyes. And then gave it up to this nigga, and then he dumped her, whatever. Stopped talking to her after that. She the stupid one. I don't know why people hated Drew for that. I would have done the same thing. I'm not gonna be your fucking rebound. Period. Like, fuck all of that. Like, it's not happening. Like, y'all really blow me. Like, y'all Degrassi fans, y'all like to play favorites. Y'all like to do that favoritism shit. Like, how was Drew the bad guy? Or how was Eli a bad guy for basically saying how he feel? I'm pretty sure in the heat of the moment he didn't feel like Claire was a whore, but he was upset. You feel me? He had every right to be upset because she threw away all their plans. She threw away what they planned for some dick. Let me say that again. She threw away what her and Eli planned for their future away for some dick. Because that's what happened. She broke up with Eli so she could fuck Drew. I don't give a fuck how y'all try to word it. She broke up with Eli so she could fuck Drew. She did. And what was with those comments she made when she said Eli wasn't there when she had cancer? Eli was there the moment she caught cancer to the moment she caught readmission. I'm pretty sure he was. I mean, is it just me, or I'm pretty sure she called him the day I'm pretty sure she called him when she said the cancer, was spreading and she's gonna have to get chemo. My nigga was already on the plane. Bro, he was already there when she made the phone call. He was literally in the hospital. That's one of their best moments together. What is you talking about? Like, stop it. Like, cut it out. Like, Drew had every right to drop Claire. Like, girl, I'm not gonna be your rebound. And this is the problem I'm talking about. At this point, he's just dating bitches. Dating and having sex. Where is the character going? Where is the layers at this point? He just doing shit he was doing in the beginning. That shit irritated me. It really fucking did. Like, for all the people who like to say, oh, Craig was really the evil one or the bad guy in the love triangle with him, Ashley, and Manny. Him and Manny both were the bad guys. Number one, because Manny went after another girl's boyfriend, and Craig cheated. Simple as that. There is no you're bad, you're bad. No, they both were bad. Simple as that. I feel like Claire and Drew were unnecessary. If you think about what they did for the build up and how fast they ended it, it was stupid. It wasn't what was the reason? Well, and don't even get me started on that whole pregnancy shit. That shit was uncalled for. That was completely unneeded. I didn't give a fuck. Claire not knowing who her baby daddy was just comical. It was just funny to me. Bitch, if you don't get a cotton swab, get a motherfucking DNA test, let these niggas piss in the cup, let them draw some blood to see who baby is inside you. Instead of, I know, I get it. They wanted to go the whole dramatic route because the last person Claire had sex with was Drew, so the possibility it could be his baby, right? But her not knowing if it was his or Eli's, that shit was just like, girl, you're ghetto. Girl, you a mess. You a mess. You know what that means? You need to stop opening your legs for niggas, especially if you don't know who baby you're pregnant with. Bitch, slow your roll and shut the fuck up. Shut your mouth and know your role. Know your role and shut your mouth. Period. Don't even get me started on that pregnancy storyline because that shit was just uncalled for. It was unneeded. Yes, it was drama. Yes, it was entertaining. But it took over the entire season. Therefore, I'm over it. And then Drew being with Becky literally was the ultimate cringe. They had no chemistry. It was so weird. I get it. The death of Adam brought them closer. But did they have to date? I don't think so. They couldn't just been close friends. They couldn't just been there for each other more because of the grieving. I just don't understand why at this point his character was just to date. He just was involved in other people's storylines, a plot point, a plot device. It wasn't like Drew was his own character anymore. I hated that. They really, really fucked Drew up. And I really hate that because I love Drew. Drew's one of my favorite characters in Degrassi. And I really connect with him on a personal level that I'm not going to get into. But I really connect with him. Like, he just was one of those characters in Degrassi I was able to connect with personally. And to see that they took his character from being someone who is struggling with school, who think he's stupid, he feel like he's dumb, and to find his inner potential to where he could become school president. You break him up with the woman he loved just to have him just date bitches here and there. Like, that's just dumb to me. I feel like they could have did more when it came to Drew's character. I feel like they gave up. They stopped trying. I feel like at this point in the senior class, I feel like the only person who mattered and who got storylines was Claire. I can't think of anyone else who got storylines in the senior class besides her. I don't think anyone in the senior class got storylines other than her. Drew became the ally of the boys division. Just dating. He's gonna date here, he's gonna date there, he's just gonna have relationships every motherfucking everywhere. And I hated that because his character has so much more layers than just dating bitches here and dating bitches there. Literally at this point, after he broke up with Bianca, that became his entire character. And I have a bone to pick. Cause I feel like if you weren't gonna do anything for Drew after him and Bianca broke up, he could have graduated early and made Claire president, and he could have went to another school, went to university. He could have did anything else. But to have him in there for seasons 13 and 14 and waste him and give him no storylines, nothing remotely interesting, I have a fucking bone to pick. He literally got shitty storylines for both seasons. I forgot to mention when Miles' mom tried to hit on him to make the dad jealous or something like that because she found out, like, what the fuck were they doing with Drew? Like, my motherfucking head is spinning because of the fucking derailment. If you weren't going to do anything with my man, you should let him go. Period. If you weren't going to give him any decent storylines, you should let my good man go. Period. That's just how I honestly feel. Drew is one of the best characters in Degrassi, and to see that this was his motherfucking downfall, I will always have a problem with Degrassi writers for this. There's nothing they could say, do to justify how far his character went down the ladder, and that's just on period. And that's all I gotta say for today for this video. So just be prepared for my next Degrassi topics. You already know what's up. See y'all in the next video.